2025, that is the era of AI agents, okay, and 2026, that is the era of agentic AI, okay. Put some projects which can have real life impact, and majorly like I emphasize like healthcare and banking domain, retail domain. These are the domains in which like you can create a projects or you can create a POC for the same, okay. Because of the current education system, majorly why we are not hiring a fresher anymore, there are multiple reasons. One, that is an AI. Another one, that is you are not a job or production ready as of now, right? So if multiple industry need to spend or invest something in on a fresher or intern itself, right? At that particular time, definitely freshers are not welcomed, or I will not suggest any of the freshers who have to do this kind of roles or responsibility, because you need lots of resources, you need lots of knowledge or context out there, right? So let's give you an example that if you join as a data scientist, right? You are data analyst over there, you are data scientist over there, you are machine learning engineer over there, you are data engineer over there, you are GenAI engineer over there. So you have to do multiple things by your own. If you start with GenAI, if you start with AI, at that point of time, prompt engineering, that is very basic and very essential tools that you need to learn, with which you will find some refined results. You can improve user experience basically, okay? At right now, at wherever we are standing right now, okay, at this point of time, AI is not enough capable to take your jobs as of now. I cannot commit anything for future tense because
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the podcast. Today we have a very special guest with us, someone whose journey in the field of AI and data science is truly inspiring and impactful. Please welcome Mr. Pujan Dave sir, a seasoned data scientist, machine learning engineer, Gen AI and LLM specialist, and a passionate mentor and trainer with over 13 years of experience in the IT industry, including 8+ years in advanced AI and machine learning. He has become a well-known name in the Gen AI space, not just in India but globally. Pujan sir's career started with software engineering, and over the years, he transitioned into cutting-edge fields like deep learning, reinforcement learning, AI agent, and LLMs. He has built a real-world AI agent solutions like speech recognition system, intelligent chatbot, recommendation engines, and much more. One of his most remarkable achievements includes creating a voice-to-order system that works in real time, even on just 1 GB of RAM. Currently based in Ahmedabad, he is leading innovation at OmniMD and has previously worked with renowned organizations like Inference, TransOrg Analytics, and Analytics Vidya, where he not only built AI solutions but also mentored aspiring data professionals. Through his role as a mentor on platforms like Analytics Vidya and Intershala, he has helped hundreds of students and early career professionals break into the world of data and AI. He simplifies complex tech, builds real-world solutions, and actively contributes to India's growing AI ecosystem. More than just technologies, Pujan Dave is a truly visionary, someone who is shaping the future of AI by solving real business problems and uplifting the next generation of talent. So let's dive deep into his incredible journey, explore the experiences that shaped him, and learn valuable insights that can help us all grow in this fast-changing tech world. Welcome to the show, Pujan sir. Hello, Pujan sir. How are you?
I'm doing absolutely perfect. How are you doing today?
I'm good, sir. And sir, thank you so much for accepting this invitation for the podcast. The very important topic, that is GenAI, LLM, and AI agent. You are going to tell us in this podcast their trends and how is the career opportunity in this field. You're going to tell us, and thank you so much for coming to the podcast once again.
Thank you. Pleasure is all mine. Like, thank you for inviting me on this podcast again. And yes, so been spending near about 8 years in this data science field, and overall 13 years in industry itself, right? So been through basics or the capstone project to real life applications or production application as of now. The journey has been fantastic, and I would love to share my experience and knowledge through the community.
So, sir, the very first point I want to discuss with you, that is about the GenAI, LLM, and AI agent only. What's the difference between GenAI, LLM, and AI agent? Can you simplify it for beginners?
So I would like to add one more name, that's a Google. Okay, so while we are talking about knowledge, okay, so the primary source that we have earlier, that was a books, right? So we used to scan books, and then after we find the knowledge out of it. Later on, like we come to know about internet. Okay, internet have Google like search engines where we type something and then after we have multiple threads, okay, and throughout these threads we will fetch the valid information. We need to validate those information, right? So this is the area, or this is the slope, this is the flow of knowledge has been transmitted until unless like LLM has been introduced, right? So let's talk about LLM first. Like LLM, that is a large language model that generate knowledge, okay, or that generate a content or text basically. GenAI, that is a broader version of LLM, okay. So GenAI is not limited with the text itself, like it can generate images, it can generate videos, it can generate audio also. So this is what GenAI is. GenAI, that is a broad spectrum of LLM. And then after the current state of art technology, that is, agentic AI, right? So, or AI agents, right? So AI agent by name itself, like agent, that means like you have your booking agent, you might have your, transformation agents or any of the agents that you have, right? So basically a human being who can work for you, okay, who can work beside you, right? So this AI agent that do tasks along with GenAI, we have some context, we have some outer world experience, or we have some things to do, okay. So that's what our tools that we have attached, that's what AI agents is, okay. So this is a flow from searching web to going for multiple threads, okay, to sort out those threads, and then after GenAI will combine those threads and then after complete an answer for you, okay, that will provide altogether answer or information to you. And then we move to AI agents, okay, to gathering this information and then after putting it into a task, okay, so perform some task in order to get some values out of this particular information, okay. So that's what AI agents will help you out. And this is what the summary of GenAI LLM, that is nothing but a GPT based transformers which generate next words. To GenAI, that means generate more than text, okay. So it will generate images, videos, audios, and in broad spectrum of GenAI and LLM, like combining these two plus context plus doing some outward task, okay, that's what agentic AI or AI agents.
So, sir, for someone just starting in artificial intelligence, should they build a broad foundation or deep dive into areas like GenAI or LLMs directly?
So basically, while you go for this, broad or deep conversations, right? So if anyone started with GenAI, I would like to say they have to combine these two, okay, not go with any particular one, because you do not have an idea what will be going next, right? So you don't have an idea that okay, which job that you are going to land next, okay, there might be, and we don't want to narrow our path, right? So if you prepare for one specific role itself, might be you are narrowing your path, even though you are specialized in that. And right now you are at fresher level, right? So or you are just joining or starting this particular path or journey in data science field, right? So rather than narrow down the path, like you should have an idea about machine learning basically. Then after, a deep learning, okay, these are the core fundamentals of Gen AI also. And once you have those knowledge, and then after you can move on to, next particular thing, that is, Gen AI, okay, prompt engineering, Gen AI. Then after you can go for AI agents and all the other stuff, okay. So definitely you need to dig deep into a major sections that you want to deep in, that is agentic AI or Gen AI. But to have a basic knowledge, to have the prior knowledge for how it comes across or how it generated, that need to be there, okay. So we need to acquire, or we need to keep in mind what is basics, and thereafter we can go further with the advanced topics or deep dive into a particular topic itself.
So, sir, when I started in the data science, I took the data science certification course. That time they told me to the Python is a core language. You have to learn the Python language first. So, is Python enough to start learning GenAI, or should beginners explore other tools or other languages to in 2025?
The Python, that is a base language as of now, right? In order to learn data science field or Gen AI field, okay. But of course, like along with Python, if you are targeting Gen AI itself, then I think you should have to consider RPA also, okay, robotic process automation. You also have to focus more on how to scrap the data. That means data scrapping, okay. All these tools and technology, okay. So along with if you put this particular technology in your resume, that will definitely put some extra stars into your resume too, okay. So majorly Python, that is a very basic fundamental language that you are going to use in order to perform these operations day in day out, especially with the libraries like TensorFlow, LangChain, okay, that will help you in order to build an application in GenAI. But along with that, if you keep those knowledge, okay, of RPA, of web scraping and all the other stuff, okay, that will definitely going to help you out. Some specific tools are available like Zapier and all. Okay. If you have the knowledge of these tools also, that will definitely going to help you out a lot in order to build tool or app over there.
Yes, yes, yes. So, sir, the very important question, that is, how can freshers show AI related experience on their resume if they have done only course projects? Means there are the many certification of Coursera. If you complete that bootcamp or certification, at the end you have to do the project and you have to submit that project. The someone will review that project, and after that you will get the certificate of that course. So that is enough to show in the resume for the fresher, or they have to do another projects apart from that courses.
So basically, where we can see that, okay, the real life, your curriculum, okay, if you are graduating from a college, okay, your curriculum is not enough, to cover industry specific talent or provide tools and technology knowledge over there, right? So definitely you have to, focus more on, rather than certificate, like hands-on knowledge, I will more focus on, right? And Kaggle is a platform where you can explore more things. You can connect with multiple people over there, okay? There is a community out there as in Kaggle. So can have some hands-on experience in Kaggle, but just keep in a mind that, whatever you are going to do right now, okay, so just see everything as a data perspective. For an example, you are going in a provision store or in a kirana store, right? So just see with your data science perspective that how the data has been generated over there, okay, how data science or Gen AI projects can help these particular things, okay. Once you have this vision, okay, you can definitely apply this into your real life projects, and these real life projects will definitely gonna impact or outstand in your resume. Because if you go with Kaggle projects, okay, many people have did the same, right? Even there are multiple solutions out there, right? And I'm not saying that they are not useful. They are definitely useful. Look, even I have done a lot of Kaggle project that helped me to understand like how real life projects are over there, okay. But to stand out your resume, if I see something which is very much useful or which is related to real life, okay, I will definitely, focus or put more weightage on your resume, right? So to outstand your resume, because right now to outstand your resume, that's need to be, very much crucial. Competition is very much high as of now, right? And nowadays, like, technology is so much evolving that we are almost eliminating, human power or interference in this particular corporate world, right? So at that point of time, to get this job, okay, you have to be outstanding and put some projects which can have real life impact, or and majorly like I emphasize like healthcare and banking domain, retail domain. These are the domains in which like you can create a projects or you can create a POC for the same, okay, because you will find major job in a data science field around these fields only, okay. Prepare your project according to this particular domain, and then after, if you are interested in one of the domain, do more projects in that particular domain itself, okay. So if you already have pre-decided that, okay, I want to build my career in a banking industry, in healthcare industry, okay, in finance industry or in retail industry, okay, just find out the pain points over there, okay, and which pain points you can try to overcome with this particular solution of data science or Gen AI.
So, sir, the main thing you spoke about the Kaggle also. So nowadays the Kaggle profile is also very important as per the GitHub, because we mostly push our projects on GitHub to showcase the projects. So, sir, how important are GitHub or Kaggle profile when you're applying for AI role specifically?
Very much, very much. See, GitHub and Kaggle profile are important because GitHub will let you know like how you are collaborating with outer world. Okay, so you can use GitHub as a collaboration tool also. Like open source communities are there, which many, because Python that majorly have open source community, right? So you can just go there and thereafter help each other or put some contribution over there. This is how you will get recognition over there. Kaggle is there, or Kaggle, where you will find some projects which is industry specific, which is industry relevance, okay, or you will have some real life experience over there, right? So these both projects are important. You can put this profile in GitHub. That is a must thing that you have to do in your profile, right? Kaggle is also there, but you can put your Kaggle profile into GitHub also, right? So end goal, that is a GitHub, right? So you can do your own project or you can do your POC project as we discussed. Like you can just go to the real life, okay, have a vision where you find the data science problem statements, and then after try to overcome or try to find the pain points over there, okay, and then after overcome with this particular technology, and this will definitely gonna help you out, okay. So GitHub and Kaggle, that is a core or backbone if we are talking about an experience part, okay, for a fresher especially. Even for experience also, we used to see that, okay, how much that they are active on a GitHub or something like that.
So, sir, if you are the hiring manager, let's say example you are hiring manager, and if you get the resume of someone who is applied for the specific AI role, So there are two options like GitHub and Kaggle. What you personally look into first, GitHub or Kaggle?
I will majorly see GitHub first, okay, because GitHub is something, Kaggle already have a solution available, right? So if I have put down my projects over there may be multiple duplications are also available over there, right? So I will emphasize or I will focus more on GitHub, okay? So because GitHub is something, where I can put down my Kaggle projects too. I can do something my own, okay, and thereafter I can submit over there, okay? So GitHub is a repository or a platform where I can showcase my ability, showcase myself over there, right? So I will definitely emphasize or focus more on GitHub actually.
So, sir, from last 2 years, the one major problem is freshers are facing, that is the less job for fresher role. The every job application needs the 2 years experience, 3 years experience, or at least 1 year experience. There are so less job for the freshers. So many job listings are asking for 2 to 3 years of experience. What should skilled fresher do if they don't meet that?
I think you need to apply it anywhere, okay? You need to focus more on what they are actually looking for this particular job, okay? So for an example, if whatever tools and technology that you know that have a match with this particular job role more than 80%, okay, then you can definitely go further for that particular job also. In my experience, if you are a fresher, nowadays, like the experience barrier is not much important, okay, if you are a fresher or experienced one, okay. In some cases it's not important. If I'm hiring a developer, then it's not important, but if I'm hiring a project manager or something like that, at that point of time experience does matter, okay. But for a fresher, okay, for a fresher point of view, if your skill set, whatever you have done over there, okay, or whatever you know till now for this particular tools and technology, if that matches, then you are good to go. So even though I totally understand, like, if you have lesser job experience, if you're a fresher, you might find hard in order to get into the industries, okay. But let's face it that, because of the current, education system, majorly, why we are not hiring a fresher anymore, there are multiple reasons. One, that is an AI. Another one, that is, you are not a job or production ready as of now, right? So if multiple, industry need to spend or invest something in on a fresher or intern itself, right? And they need to put some man force plus money force also and behind those particular people, right? But if you make sure, if you assure them that you are production ready right now, okay, you have enough skill set to develop a tools or technology, develops applications or softwares, okay, I don't think so they have any obligation in order to hire you, right? So you are enough capable as the 2 or 3 years of experience people.
So, sir, how many job roles available in GenAI and freshers can apply for all roles, or who can apply for which role?
For in a GenAI career itself, okay, there are multiple roles available. Like one, that is a prompt engineer, okay, thereafter AI engineer, thereafter, compliance and governance specific roles are there, right? Then after there is a researcher's roles are there, okay. So there are multiple roles available for in AI industry or GenAI industry as of now, right? But for fresher, they can look for a junior researcher, okay, prompt engineer, okay, they can go for AI engineers are there, right? They are looking for AI ops or DevOps or machine learning ops, roles, ML ops or DevOps or AI ops. So basically, okay, these kind of roles are there. Okay, so they can apply for any of these roles. Okay, in a fresher positions, and people are looking for, or companies are looking for this kind of specific role right now. Okay, because AI need to be governed. Okay, AI need to be compliant. So with company policies, with globe policies or something like that. Okay, and for that, like they have narrowed down this kind of things over there.
So, sir, as we now still spoke about the full-time job role, so another part is that the freelancing also. Many of the people are now doing the freelancing work. They take the contract work from someone and do as a freelance. So, is freelancing a good way to build a real experience in artificial intelligence or GenAI in 2025?
Definitely. So that's a big yes for me. That yes, industrial experience. So you will learn plus on freelancing, right? So there's both ways. Freelancing can help you out a bit. You can try Upwork. Okay, there is Upwork. Okay, multiple remote jobs facilities are there. Turings and multiple other opportunities are there. Okay, TopTel or this kind of websites are there which will help you out in order to get into this kind of jobs. Okay, and then after you can definitely make some good amount of money, right? But there are two type of roles. Okay, one, that is you in a freelancing you have to do end to end by yourself. That is one role, and another one, that is you are a part of a team. Okay, So do not be into this end-to-end kind of role where you can stuck yourself. There is no mentor out there, and end of the day you are wasting your time plus client's time also, right? So I recommend that you can be the part of any of the team, right, which will help you out in order to grow, in order to understand what's going in a market. Okay, and plus you will have an open environment, right? One person is from India, one person is from someone else. Okay, you will come to know like what is the state of our technology that they're using right now in AI, or what is in a market, or all these things. Okay, learning plus earning will be there. So definitely a big yes for me that you can definitely apply for this kind of freelancing role, and yeah, that will definitely have a positive impact in you. But I would suggest try to go for a niche kind of project. Okay, like chatbot, basic kind of projects. Okay, custom agents or something like that. Okay, so this will definitely gonna help you out, because you will have confidence at that point of time. Okay, you might have then did the same projects, okay, as in a GitHub or as a Kaggle repository. Okay, so you have some hands-on experience kind this kind of projects, right? So that will definitely boost your confidence. Plus you will learn a lot of things real regarding a real life industries. Okay, so definitely you can go for a freelancing, and some of the recommended websites are, as I said, like Curing is there. Okay, Upload is there. Then after, Toptel is there. Never any other. Yeah, yeah. Upwork is there. Yeah. So you can just log in over there, build a strong profile, or put down your projects out there. Or plus make sure that you have top to bottom knowledge. Okay. So this foundation knowledge should be there. Otherwise, you will fail miserably. So you first deserve and then after desire. Okay. So this is a quote that I would like to put over here. That and then after try to get this niche kind of projects, and that will definitely gonna help you out a lot.
So, sir, the one thing I also saw every time on LinkedIn, that someone is telling that if more than going to the service-based company, you can prefer the product-based company or the startups. There you will get the more knowledge as compared to the service-based company. So, and the another thing is also when the campus placements come, moreover, the service-based companies come for the campus placement like TCS, Infosys. So, sir, should early career profession aim to startup or product-based or service-based companies when they entering in AI field?
Campus, nowadays filled with both things. Okay, if you are talking about tier one colleges, tier two college, tier three college. Okay, so let's not put ourselves into this position, or let's not discuss this particular part. But yes, majorly, you will see all these colleges are filled with this placement hubs. Okay, so startup, very well said, like startup majorly do not have this kind of drives, campus drives. Well established companies or product based companies does have this kind of drives, right? But so startups have it's their own ecosystems. Okay, where startups do not have segregated or silo departments. So let's give you an example that if you join as a data scientist, right, you are data analyst over there, you are data scientist over there, you are machine learning engineer over there, you are data engineer over there, you are GenAI engineer over there. So you have to do multiple things by your own. Okay, there is no segregated or different departments exist in startups, right? So there are two things over there. Startups move fast. Okay, they need to establish themselves as a product or as a services, and for that, like, they need to move fast over there. Okay, so you will learn lots of things within a limited period of time, right? And that's what startup is. Plus you will have exposure of multiple technology at a time, multiple roles at a time, right? Whereas if you are talking about well established company, or a product based company, have two types. Okay, like one that is you join them as in a maintenance, where product is already been established. Okay, now you are maintaining this product. So in maintenance of this particular products, what will happen that you will have very limited period of knowledge over there, because you are working in one particular direction only, one particular role only. If I'm talking about data analysis, you will work only data cleaning part, you will work majorly with the dashboarding part or something like that. And this is how you will move your career over there, right? Because they have a segregated department, they have different department for different things over there. So if I would suggest that, both of things is good. Okay, so product, they have structure, they have scale, they have mentorship. In startups, they majorly, there is a fast learning over there. Okay, there is ownership and growth over there. Ownership as in terms of like you are owner of this particular section of a product, or particular owner of this particular templates or a size. So this both have the pros and cons. But you will find some light culture in startups, whereas MNCs have different kind of cultures over there. But yeah, definitely, if you are looking for mentorship, if you want to grow in one particular direction, you can definitely choose MNCs or a product-based company. Otherwise, if you grow in a different directions each and every time, okay, at that point of time, you can definitely choose a startup. You will see fast growth over there. You will see different tools on technology over there. You will see different roles and experience over there. Okay, so these are pros and cons for both of these particular part.
So, sir, the another thing while getting placed in any company or getting the job, that is networking. Everyone said that networking is very important part in 2025. So what are some smart and practical ways beginners can network in the AI/ML industry?
Definitely, networking, that is key point, okay, for any of the beginner or fresher, right? Because they are not much aware about that, domain. They are not much aware about, corporates or any of the companies out there, right? So they are very weak at networking part. So LinkedIn, that is one of the place where you can network yourself, right? So you can build a network through different HRs, different, technical leaders. So, and then after share comments, you can like comments, and then after you can share your thoughts over there. Okay, you can share your resume. You will keep updated regarding, what is going on, if there is any vacancies out there or not, right? Another part, that is you can go for AI meetups, okay? So there are multiple meetups out there, right? And you will find this information from LinkedIn or any other platforms over there, right? Apart from meetups, there are hackathons. So you can go to the hackathons where you will have a connect with multiple tiers in a same industry, okay? So you will find product manager over there, you will find freshers over there, you will find mid-level people over there. This is the way with which you can network yourself, okay? Otherwise, Twitter is there, as I said, LinkedIn is there, right? So there's all platforms are there for a networking. Just be active over there. At least spend 30 minutes in a day, okay? You can also join Discord or any other platform if you want, and then after you can get stay updated basically, plus stay connected with similar industry people.
So, sir, nowadays the remote work culture is also studying in India. The many outside of India companies from USA, UK, they are hiring remotely people from the India. So, with remote work become common in India, how can Indian professionals compete global while staying in India?
Okay, many of my friends are also working remotely with Fortune 100 companies, and yeah, so basically they also are looking for a pool of talented people, okay? And almost everyone have an idea that AI, is a hub of technology or hub of minds which can help them out in order to grow them company, right? So they are looking for a people from India, and now after COVID, especially, remote culture that is boosted. So more and more remote jobs are available in the market right now, right? So you for growing in a remote environment, you need to build your profile first, okay? And that need to be remote specific profile, okay? Basically the skill set that you are mentioning, that need to have global validations. And yeah, then after you can say, as I said, like Turing, that is there, Toptel is there, okay? Then after Deal is there, remote, okay? There are multiple platforms out there where you can build your profile, and then after they will select you for any of the particular role, right? And then after you can have a negotiation, you can just have a skill set check, and then after, you can land in any of the companies that you're looking for. Might be your dream companies too, right? So assuming that OpenAI they do not have any offices in India, just for a metaphor, but yeah, if they want to hire any people from India, they can do this with this kind of channels available, okay? So you need to be active on these channels, okay? Like Toptel, Turing, then after Upler or Remote, okay? Build your profile, need to be very strong, or it should be ATS friendly profile, okay? And then after, you're good to go.
So, sir, the very important next one, that is about the MBA. So recently I saw the news that IIM Mumbai seems unprecedented. The number of applications for the 2025 for the MBA program, over 5.5 lakh candidates compete for 530 applications only. So, sirs, do you think that is it worth to doing a master's in AI, and when is it become to skip it? What do you think?
If we are talking about MBAs, there are two scenarios, okay? One, that is you graduated now, and now you are more hunger about gaining a knowledge and all, okay? Then you can definitely, you want to go for deep research or something like that, you can go for MTech or PhD part. Or if you want to understand a business well, okay, then you can go for MBA part. And I'm not denying that they are waste of time or money. Definitely you need to understand the business, because you will serve a product which need to be executed in business itself, right? So business part need to be there, right? So I'm not denying that MBA is not applicable in production part, but yes, there are two ways. One, that is I want to grow in production part itself, right? So I want to grow myself in one direction, unidirection, that is a production, right? I will be a CTO, sorry, I will be a junior engineer, then after a mid-level, then after senior project manager, and then after I will become a CTO or something like that. So this is a path where you want to go further. There is no need to go for a master, okay? Unless until you want to deep dive into a technology or in a PSA where nothing is invented, but you want to invent it with your knowledge that you built it till now, right? So this is the one way. Another one that is you want to grow not vertically but horizontally. Okay, so that means like you want to explore multiple roles out there, right? So for an example, you want to become a CEO, MD or something like that, where the understanding of a business is very much critical out there, right? So at that point of time, MBA does required. Otherwise, if you are just graduated and you want to hands-on on a code, you want to earn right now, you want to make money right now, okay, and that's what the passion major people have, right? Once they graduated from the college, okay. At that point of time, I would suggest that you can just fill the gap between current curriculum and the industry experts or industry that they have right now. Okay, so for an example, industry is using some different kind of technology and curriculum is outdated as of now, right? So what you need to do, you need to do some courses, you need to do some hands-on experience, okay, and make yourself production ready, okay, till the time. That won't take MBA much time because MBA required 2 years of time plus preparation and all. Okay, you can complete this part in 6 months, and thereafter you're good to go for appear for any of the job interviews, and then after you may select it in next month. So within a 7 months of span, you will land it in any of the job rather than go for MBA or something like that.
So, sir, while scrolling the Instagram, I saw one short video of one podcast that from the Nikhil Kamath podcast. The one founder is saying that the Indian students morely focus on the vocabulary instead of the skills.
In India, we have increased our vocabulary dramatically and our skills to nothing.
More of the people who born after the 2000, they are getting now job. And so, sir, is the AI talent gap in India due to lack of skills or disconnect between education and industry? What do you think about this?
So basically, the person who made this comment majorly, they belongs to consulting part or something like that. Okay, where a skill is more important than the talent, right? So MBA does required or MBA does teach you majorly this kind of thing. Okay, but I'm not denying that speaking skills are not required. Okay, this is very much important part in data science or GenAI part. Okay, so you need to sell yourself, right? So and in this particular part, like you need to make your speech very much effective. This is very essential skills that you need to develop. Okay, that's for sure. But along with that, okay, you should have an idea about how to build a product, right? And which product that you're building right now. You need to be a breach for this particular gap that you have, right? One majorly what I come to know that whoever is in production part or whoever is in technical part majorly, they have a lacking of communication skill. Okay, they cannot communicate between a product owner to themselves. Okay, so they majorly talk in technical a particular part. Okay, but they fail many times in order to put that into a layman category. Okay, so that is one major gap that they have. But communication can be teach. Okay, that's fine. And if you have willingness, you will learn it by yourself. Okay? But in order to learn technology to be the master of the scene, it will require lots of time rather than learning a communication or speaking skills. Okay, so definitely if you are in a tech industry where you are building something or you are creating some products, creating some knowledge, creating some magics over there. Okay, basically AI is majorly replaced with magic itself, right? So if you are in this kind of industries, then tech, that is a bare essential thing that you need to learn. And any other way, I prefer that coding that should be compulsory for each and everyone, other than you are a student of commerce, arts, or science. Okay, that enhance your thinking capability, right? And so it's just like a chess. You are playing a chess for a brain exercise. So coding is kind of brain exercise that you have to do on each and every day.
So, sir, still now we spoke about the technical skills, all the interview process, resume part also. So, the one another thing in resume that is very important, that is about the soft skills. So, sir, my question is that what soft skills should AI professionals develop in they want to grow into leadership role?
While we are talking about soft skill communication, that is on the top of that. Okay, so you need to have a clear communication between two parties. And while we are talking about clear communication, you should have to make sure that whatever you have built, you explain them in a layman term, basically. Okay, we are not talking about fancy words, we are not talking about phrases and terms, but yes, you should have an idea. You should have an idea what you're building, and it should be related to, or it should be convey in a manner that the front person, even the fifth grade graduates or 10th grade graduates, can also understand this particular part. Okay, so that clear communication need to be there. Communication, that is one part. The second one, that is the ownership. Okay, apart from soft skills, okay, ownership, that means like you have given a project. Okay, now rather than finding a next excuse or road bump, okay, you need to do it by your own. Okay, that's your project. Okay, that's your things that you need to get done. Okay, with any of the cost. Okay. There might be time aligned. Okay, but you have to put that in a manner that you will complete it by your own. Okay, or if you need someone, okay, you will track those particular speed or progress by your own, and then after end of the day you will complete it by yourself. Okay, so that ownership part need to be there. Then after the other one, that is the team collaboration. Okay, so majorly you will work with a team itself, right? You are not a lone wolf, right? So in many of the products or many of the job roles, you will work with your team. So how you will collaborate with your teams? Okay, do not work in a silo. You will learn something from some others. Okay, other can learn from you also. Okay, so you will share knowledge, you will gain knowledge. Okay, and this is how you will grow. Your team will grow. You will bound something. Okay, with your team, and this bounding will definitely gonna help you out. Okay, so these things need to be there. Plus a decision make. So each and every time you are not gonna knock your senior's door, right? So you have to take some decision by your own, right? So that decision making power should be there. End of the day, you might inform them in a constructive manner, but definitely if you made this decision, and if you come up to me, for an example, if I am a product manager, okay, and if I have some employee for me, okay, or if I have some juniors for me or my colleague, not an employee, but my colleague for me, okay, and they keep engaging me with any of their tasks, I don't like it at all, right? Because that's his task. He need to complete it first, or she need to complete it first, right? But if they keep engaging me, they're draining my energy in between. I'm very much unhappy with the same. But some of my colleagues who come up with the results, okay, with their own effort, with their own ownership, okay, I will definitely encourage a lot for the same. So this is kind of soft skill that you required while you put down in a resume, or if you want to develop by yourself.
So, sir, another thing that is vibe coding. What is vibe coding and how much it will impact freshers' life?
Yes, definitely. Let's talk about vibe coding. That's a buzzword right now. As agentic AI or AI agents are in a market, vibe coding, that is one of the agents for the same. Okay, so basically, vibe coding, we need to understand vibe coding as a coding agent. Okay, it will help you to code. Now, many of the people have perception that vibe coding, does replace software engineers or does replace engineer or coders. Okay, that's not the true. This is just one of the companion that you have, just like it's ChatGPT, right? So you put down your code in a GPT, you put down your error, you will find the results out there, right? But in vibe coding, they provide you IDEs plus GPT. So basically, vibe coding is a combination of GPT plus IDE, right? So IDE is where you are coding, okay, and GPT is where you are getting an answers out there, right? So our LLMs, which is provide you an answers out there. So vibe coding is nothing but a platform where you can put down your query if you want to build something. Okay, for an example, I want to build a website. Okay, I am looking this kind of website, so I can give it the reference also that I'm looking for this kind of reference of websites, but I want to change the color bit. Okay, I want to change a transition in bit. Okay, I want to make it dynamic. I want to make it a static. I will put my requirement, and then after that, coding agent will work for me. They will generate a code for me. But in a real life, many times you will find a lot of error out of it. Okay? And to resolve this error, you should have an idea about how to do the same. Okay, so vibe coding is not something that is, as of now, in current stage, it is not a platform where you can do code by themselves, or they can do code by themselves end to end. Okay, you need to have your expertise available. You need to provide your knowledge along with the same, and this is how you will find an end results or an answers out there. Okay, so definitely it will reduce your time as a programmer, because it will do lots of things by themselves. So if I want to create an environment, if I want to create some files, okay, it will do it by themselves. So just think about progress that we have made. Okay, so while I was graduated, I started my first job. If I find any of the error, I need to go back to my senior, because at that point of time, I do not have that much capability in order to resolve this error, right? So I have to go back to my senior. They will guide me. They will see the error. They will analyze it first, and then after they will guide me with some suggestions. Okay, I try the solutions, and then after I find some more errors might be there. Okay, because one error has been collapsed or completed, then after some other error is there, right? So in order to complete one error, we require near about 13 to 15 days or more than that. Okay, now the technology has been changed. If I get an error, I copy paste it, just put it in the chat GPT. It will let me know the cause. It will let me know the better alternative options. Okay, it will create an entire program for me to work. So that 15 days plus resolution is still not there, right? So this particular part have eliminated all these further steps, and then after, now the progress has been tremendous. Like, this is what the ChatGPT has been come out, or agentic AI has been come out. So vibe coding, that is one of the example of these AI agents. Okay, so basically it's an coding agent where you command them, and then after they do code by themselves. They know what is requirement for this particular project, so they do fulfill those requirements. They made a code by themselves. If they fail, sometimes you need to redirect them that, okay, I'm not looking for this, I'm looking for that. This code is there, this error is there. They will try to resolve it by themselves. But you cannot rely on vibe coding as of now. For current technology that we have right now, at this date, okay, you cannot totally rely on vibe coding. You need your expertise definitely over there. It will be my assistants. Okay, so I don't need intern as of now because vibe coding is there, right? So they will do majorly code for me, which majorly intern do, right? So that's why, like, from now onwards, if you see the decline in a fresher job, and there is very much possibilities of the same because of this vibe coding and all, right? So day by day, this technology will get evolved, okay, and they will reach at a maturity level where they can code by themselves. They don't need my intervention or any other's intervention at that point of time. Might be a fresher level is not there, okay. Might be mid level is also not there, who are dependent on a code itself, okay. They might not be needed anymore, right? So the future will more likely to be independent one, can build your own product, okay, and then after you can sell it. So basically a freelancing projects, okay, freelancer will be needed, okay, rather than employee, okay, because you have some employees over there as a virtually, okay, as an AI agent, as a vibe coder or something like that. So there are multiple examples of vibe coding like Cursor AI, Windsurf AI. Okay, so these both are market leading technologies right now. Okay, you have a chatbot and an AI agent. Okay, especially LLM in terms of coding part. Okay, and chatbot. Okay, so basically we are combining two things over here. One that is LLM. Okay, one that is coding agent. Okay, and thereafter we are combining this with vibe coding. We are creating a product which can resolve or which can code for you. So definitely, like, it helps reduce the pressure. It increase experiments. Okay, so for an example, if especially for prototyping, okay, if some clients have knocks my door and then after they are looking for some product, okay, again this product is not finalized yet, right? So I will use vibe coding. I will build some prototype over there, and then after I will showcase to them. They might like it because right now prototyping time is very much less right now. Okay, I can cover it within a day or two. I will show them. They like the results. They don't, then they will update me that, okay, I'm looking for this, I'm not looking for that. Okay, and according to that I can change it, and then after I will approve this particular plan. Okay, so this scope of work is designed now, and thereafter we will move forwards. Okay, so it will definitely scale. Rather than scale, it will speed up the productivity.
Okay, sir. So now the very important part, that is about the core things, that is TensorFlow and PyTorch. So what's your go-to method for choosing between TensorFlow and PyTorch in generative AI projects?
Both technologies are from tech giants. Okay, TensorFlow that comes from Google. Okay, PyTorch that is from Meta or Facebook. Both introduced, like TensorFlow was introduced in 2015, and then after PyTorch was in 2016. Okay, you can use PyTorch for prototyping for POC projects or something like that. It is a fast. If you have a large community out there, okay, and it will help you to build this project, okay, in a speed itself. While if you go for a production ready part, okay, if you want to go for a deployment part, at that point of time, usually TensorFlow is in a use as of now. Okay, so both technology are tremendous, and they helped a lot in terms of deep learning development or AI development. So basically GenAI developments. Okay, but if you go for a production ready, then just go for a TensorFlow. If you go for prototyping, then you can go for PyTorch.
So, sir, the major thing that I want to discuss with you, many of the mentors teach about what to do, but the main thing is about the mistakes, where the freshers do the mistake or the intern do the mistake. As you are mentoring for someone who is a fresher in your company or a intern in your company, so where do most GenAI projects goes wrong? You see, while doing freshers are doing this project, data design or deployment.
Basically, in many of the cases when GenAI projects fail, one that is a lack of what actually they want to build. Okay, so clear problem statement that is majorly not clear at that point of time. Okay, so because the client have an idea or product owner have an idea that I want to build this. Okay, now sometimes we fail to investigate those ideas. Okay, that what need to be done, which technology or something like that, right? So at that point of time, lack of insights, or we can say that a problem statements. Okay, that can be a one case. One second one, that is a data quality. Okay, majorly data, they are not up to the date. Okay, and major organization does not acknowledge this particular problem. Okay, and that's where the issue lies. Okay, so it just like garbage in garbage out concept. Okay, so if you put bad data, you won't find much accuracy out there, you won't find much good projects out there. So this is what we are talking about, machine learning part or deep learning part at that point of time. In Gen AI, sometimes what happen, hallucination, that is also a big role. while a product has been failed. Okay, so you might have not, been through prevention of this particular hallucination. You have not narrowed down the path, okay, or direction to the LLM. At that point of time, sometimes they hallucinate and they provide unexpected outputs out there. Okay, so this is where like GenAI projects face majorly. Okay, or sometimes there is a deployment part. So deployment is not done properly, or the infra is not designed properly. Okay, at that point of time, scalability is not there, inference is not there, right? So I have built a chatbot, but what if it gives me an answer after 2 minutes or 3 minutes? Okay, I will be fed up, and thereafter, I will left the chat. Okay, so all these things need to be thought through before you start the project. Okay, you have to end the project earlier in your mind, in your projections, in your documents. Okay, so you have to think through each and everything. Okay, what you are going to do. I'm talking about project that is a huge spectrum, but if I'm covering one part, for an example, you are building one particular modules only. Okay, so at that point of time, before you start it, you should have an idea that this module will be used where. Okay, what will be the end user of this particular module. Okay, what can be the reasons, or what can be the permutation and combinations happen with this particular things. Okay, if you go through each and every point, okay, this will definitely gonna help you out a lot.
Yes, sir. So, sir, while starting about the podcast, so you spoke about the prompt engineering is also job role for the freshers can apply for the prompt engineering. So, what's your view on prompt engineering? It's just a trained job or a key skill? Because after the Chat GPT and the this Google Gemini, after that only the prompt engineering came into the view for everyone.
So prompt engineering is nothing but a direction that we are providing to LLM, right? So LLM have a huge knowledge base. Okay, I assume that whatever internet surface have a knowledge. Okay, LLM does consume the same, right? Now, as we discussed earlier, that hallucination that can be a cause of LLM, right? So because see, if I'm talking about something, if I'm talking about bat, okay, bat have multiple meanings out there. Okay, so to draw out a specific meaning or to draw out specific information, I need to guide, or I need to narrow down the information within LLM. Okay. At that point of time, prompt engineering does have a huge impact out there. Okay. So it's a tool basically to build any of the LLM application. Okay. And that's a bare minimum tools that you require. Okay. So if you start with GenAI, if you start with AI, at that point of time, prompt engineering, that is very basic and very essential tools that you need to learn, with which you will find some refined results. You can improve user experience basically. Okay. So empathy, that can be a sympathy, knowledge, question acknowledgement, all these things which make your product more refined. Okay, that can be done with prompt engineering. Okay, so we cannot underestimate or neglect or ignore prompt engineering, which is very much essential tool. Okay, prompt engineering, that is not more technical part basically, because you are right, you are giving a direction to LLM. Okay, and that can be done with by any one of the thing. Okay, so this is not the core part that you need to go for. Okay, but yes, definitely you should have to learn this. Okay, just like a soft skill, just like any other skills, okay, that you're developing to complete the package of AI, right? So prompt engineering, that is definitely not a hype, but yeah, that's a core tool that you have to learn to make your product more interactive, more polished. Okay, and more user friendly.
So, sir, talking about the AI agent, okay, again, how do you see the role of AI agent engineer evolving in India compared to the global market?
So India, I think we already have a hype right now, right? So we already have AI engineers demand right now, right? Globally, it's already been there, right? So from last 1 or 2 years, right? But we are coping up with this particular needs and technology, because we are coping up with this kind of projects right now, right? So definitely, like we are emerging platforms, or we are emerging market for AI engineers right now, and almost I can see many of the big four companies, or many of the MNCs, they have while I'm talking about GCCs. Okay, I'm hearing news like Bangalore have this new GCC office, or this company have established this GCC office in Hyderabad or Bangalore or anywhere. They are looking for lots of AI engineers. Okay, basically they have openings of a number of, and major stakes of these particular companies are about AI engineers. Okay, so India is just emerging, and they acknowledge these particular roles or tools and technology in their day in day out works. Okay, but globally they already have acknowledged this particular, especially if I'm talking about US or Europe Europe or all these, first world companies, of countries, they already have acknowledged this role, and they are already in a path in order to hire or develop this kind of tools and technology over there. If you want to become an AI engineer, right? So there are some skill sets that you need to acquire. One that is some tools and technology on which you will build those AI applications, right? A LangChain is there, right? And thereafter some technology like RAG, where you can make it more product specific or more organization specific over there, right? That is the vector database or graph database that you need to learn in order to, a use of the data which you are using this particular, in tools and technology, right? Also multi-agent system or AI agent systems that you need to learn, and then after you can go further if you want to apply for an AI engineer role. But definitely market is there, and as AI is emerging right now, so if I classify it in a way that 2022 to 23, it was an era of LLM. 2024 was an era of GenAI, because multiple visual models and all these other models that we have seen, and the development was there. 2025, that is the era of AI agents, and 2026, that is the era of agentic AI, plus there might be we might see some IoT things over there too, so is the progress of AI, and we will definitely see multiple number of roles. So this is just right now we have it update till agentic AI, right? But in a very near future, because the pace that we have right now in AI industry, each and every day you will find some new tools, new technology, coming ups and out. So you might find some new openings out there too. So you need to stay alerted, and then have to find out where the industry moves. According to, you can cope up with this particular tools and technology, and then after you can build your career out there.
So, sir, as per your observation and your prediction, what industries in India are likely to adopt AI agents the faster in next 3 to 4 years?
So basically, retail already have this particular plan implemented, because there is lots of chatbot for customer supports are there, right? There is a prediction, or there is identification for product support or product demand supply chain management. They already implemented in these areas, where AI is required. Plus recommender system engine, that is basically boosted up with this particular AI technologies. Next one, there's a banking is there. So banking have many use cases of AI. Plus banking and healthcare, these two industries are there where you will find these industries are very much data enriched industry, because they have adopted digitalization very earlier, right? So banking is one of the industry, healthcare, that is one of the industry, ad tech, that is one of the industries, right? So AI doctors are there in healthcare, AI scribes are there. Multiple roles are open and in use right now in AI, in healthcare. Now if you are talking about ad tech, so ad tech like AI tutors are there, AI career chatbots are there, AI immigrations, or multiple things are there in ad tech, so available right now. Then after HR, that is one of the department where you can recruit an employee AI. So these all areas are emerging with AI. Almost I can see, while we are talking about AI agents, AI agent is nothing but your co-worker, your co-buddy. So you can implement, you need to find the use case, and then you can resolve it with the agent. So this is a kind of that kind of scenario. You can implement it anywhere, any place, anywhere, right? So these things, you will see this particular part not limited with one particular industry or a few particular industries, but you will see that this technology will emerge and evolve in each and every industries that is around you.
So, sir, nowadays also, if you saw on LinkedIn or not, I don't know, but I saw one post that is someone is providing internship. It's a short-term internship. Like you have to enroll for that internship, just fill up the Google form or some of the form. You will get the project. You have to do the project within 2 to 3 days. When you submit that project, you have to pay the 100 rupees or 200 rupees something, and then you will get the certificate. This type of so many internships are now going on, and many of the fresher students, they think like these internships are good because they not get the chance in the big four companies or the big companies to get the internships. So does doing multiple short internships helps more than one strong or long-term projects? What do you think?
One strong or long-term project definitely go above these short internships. So because see, in deep projects, that is equivalent to more than 5 to 10 internships. Okay, small internships if you are talking about. So just understand, if you want to witness any of the production, okay, you need to spend here about 6 months or 8 months or a year, right? So where production has been started, it goes midways, and then after the production is in deployment, right? And if you're witnessing these particular changes, then and then only you will have end-to-end idea like how actually things works in production, right? If you go through with a short internship, okay, you are not doing anything more than a POC projects or something like that, right? You are mocking up some projects, and that is not even near relevant to the industry specific or whatever we can say, okay? So I think you need to have one good internship where you can spend at least 6 to 8 months or a year, okay? And then you need to witness entire projects, okay? So if you join it in between, but yeah, so with in your surrounding, you find out that okay, some projects has been started, so you can also go ahead and take an interest over that what is the progress of that, how they do this and that, right? So with this kind of internship, like, you will learn something, and basically the point of internship, that is, you will learn something. It will fill the gap between your education system and what is happening over here, right? So theory and practical, basically we can say that, right? So this big internship need to be there, and if you want to balance it, you can have one big internships and then after two small internships, okay? That will be fair source for each and everyone.
So, sir, another part that is RL, reinforcement learning. Nowadays, the reinforcement learning is very in trend. So, what is reinforcement learning, and will it replace or reduce data science or AI engineer jobs?
As of now, no. Okay, so reinforcement learning means what? Like, reinforcement learning is there from a long time. Okay, so I have started my career in 2018, but before that also, Tesla was using reinforcement learning in order to build a car, right? So again, many of the gaming companies using reinforcement learning in order to build a game. Okay, so basically, what is the reinforcement learning? That you need to predict by yourself. Okay, that what will be the next move, and then after you need to learn it. Okay, you can be right or you can be wrong, and then after according to your feedbacks, you will improve yourself. Okay, just like a kid. Okay, so what does kid do? Kid walk by themselves. Okay, they put first step, then after they put second steps, and then after they fall down. Okay, now they learn, like, with multiple attempts they learn that okay, this is the reason I'm falling down, so they improve themselves. But again, he or she will fall after that also. So after a multiple attempts, they will find a pattern. Okay, this is the way with which I can walk through properly, right? So this is what entire reinforcement learning is. Reinforcement learning is in a picture while DeepSeek was there, right? So DeepSeek introduced their models, and they says like we have used DeepSeek reinforcement learning in order to build it to reduce a human effort or human intervention in order to create a model, right? But understand, like, DeepSeek learning, that is AI models. Okay, reinforcement learning, that is a part where train your model. So while you are training your model, okay, reinforcement learning will help you to reduce the human effort, to increase your speed in order to train your model. Okay, it will learn the pattern. Okay, for an example, if you have an idea that GPT do not have a live models, right? They train their model for certain times, and then after they release the next version after some times. Okay, so for an example, they have released GPT-2, then after 2.5, then after 3, 3.5, 4, and so on and so forth, right? So what they do, actually, they consume all the data, and then after they feed it again with the reinforcement learning, and then after they make a better model. Okay, they want to know that okay, whatever we have predicted, we have generated, okay, that's the right one or not. Okay, and the approach that they will change according to reinforcement learning. Okay, so reinforcement learning is nothing but learning by itself. Okay, it is not enough capable as of now that it can replace data scientists or AI engineers. Okay, you need a data scientist, you need data engineers, you need ML engineers, you need AI engineers in order to build a product. Without them, you are not be able to building the product. Okay, because you are the one who hold the responsibility. Okay, who are answerable to something, right? So many of the time I heard that AI will take my job or something like that. Okay, at right now, at wherever we are standing right now, okay, at this point of time, AI is not enough capable to take your jobs as of now. I cannot commit anything for future tense because technology is evolving in a unimaginable way. Okay, or at the speed. Okay, we don't have an idea that what will be the next, right? So right now, to say anything, to commit anything in favor of AI or in oppose of AI, I think that's not a suitable question or answer for the same.
Yes, because recently also, as you said about the chat GPT, okay, the chat GPT makes the next model when they get the more data. Like this, the if you heard about the one trend that is about the Ghibli art, the many of the people's putting their photo on ChatGPT and start giving the prompt that convert this my photo into a Juilliard. And after that, the one news came that is from this type of trend of getting the photos to ChatGPT. They have the improve the model of the Sora. If you know about the Sora, that is a video creator and image generation model of the ChatGPT only. So they have improved that model of the Sora in very large scale.
Yes, basically,
Got the data, image data of the many of the people's of image data directly because
yeah.
of the trend.
So basically, understand like core food of these particular models are a data itself, right? Without data, these models are nothing, right? So we need to acknowledge that, okay, whatever we are feeding them, okay, that is coming back to us, okay? So to improve themselves also, they need our feedbacks, okay? Because AI have generated something, okay? Who is going to validate them? Okay, because we are the end user, okay? We need to validate this, right? So we are validating it, we are, denying it, we are accepting it, and all this data they are feeding by themselves, or they are capturing this data, and then after they try to improve themselves, okay? So definitely a big yes, that reinforcement learning that is there, it can be a use case of for decision making, okay? But that will not gonna replace any of the human or something like that.
So, sir, let's talk about the misconception little about. So, what is the biggest misconception fresher have about working in GenAI or with LLMs today?
See, basically, while we are talking about GenAI, majorly we are referring to GPT itself, right? So we are going around, we have played around GPT, ChatGPT, okay, and that's what the world of GenAI for rest of the world, right? And because they introduced to these particular platforms only, we might have introduced to Perplexity or Gemini or any other models, okay, but this is not the core part, or this is not the entire world of GenAI, right? So many people thinking like GenAI is equal to ChatGPT, but that's not the true, right? There are multiple other systems, multiple other components involved in the same, okay? So for an example, RAG part is there, okay? Fine tuning is there, infra, that is a core component, okay? If you want to scale up your product, if you want to deploy your product in a very good manner, in a very responsive manner, you need to design this infra first, okay? And you should have an idea about infra too, okay? So infra consume budget also, infra consume inference also, multiple things you need to think through entirely, okay, while you are building this kind of products, okay? Development to deployment, evolution, everything need to be there, right? So just thinking about like GPT, many people have an idea that why we have to build these particular other models, like while ChatGPT has already been there, right? Why don't we can use an API and then after we can build our own application? But that's not the truth, okay? You need to think through multiple things around you, right? And like fine tuning, you need to have tools around you, AI agents are there, right? So this kind of things you need to think through, and then after you need to remove those misconceptions around, okay? So basically, do not try to map everything with ChatGPT, because ChatGPT not the every time, it is not the answer for the every time, right? So whatever you're looking for, that's not convey or that's not be delivered by ChatGPT many times, not sometime, but many times. So that's why like you need to go for multiple tools and technology rather than just GPT or LLM only.
So, sir, you said that you're working in data science field around from 2018. So, if you had 1 crore to start an AI company today, what problem would you try to solve?
So first of all, like nowadays, infras is very much cheap. Okay, for an example, to build a company to sustain, like definitely you need lots of amount out there. Okay, but yeah, earlier what happened, like you need a lots of team available. You need lots of tools available or something like that. Then only you can build your product. But now an idea is enough in GenAI. Okay, so yeah, definitely 1 crore. Many of the people does not require to build any of the product for 1 crore. But yeah, if I have 1 crore, that's a very good amount. And yeah, if I have that in hand, I can go for a SaaS company, okay, which have AI agent or agentic framework, and that can help in banking sector, any of the retail one, healthcare one, okay. And I will try to resolve some problems over there. For an example, like in medical, like AI doctors, or I can help them with virtual chatbots or voice chatbots, okay. So this kind of products are SaaS based, products that I can virtual HR assistants, okay, virtual marketing assistants or virtual sales agents, okay. So this kind of stuff, this kind of products that I will definitely gonna build in a SaaS platform. So anyone can use it from anywhere. That can be subscription one, and then after I will just understand the pain point that they have, right? Or what is the bottleneck that they have, okay? And to overcome it, to make it more scalable, to make it more profitable, okay? And to improve efficiency plus cost effectiveness. That should be a goal of the company. And the area I can go with any of the banking, healthcare, retail. They have lots of opportunities out there, okay, to break those traditional systems and build it a bit smart, okay, bit more effective. Anyone and everyone is looking for the same solution.
So, sir, any next technology after AI agent that can be predicted in AI world?
Definitely. So after AI agent, like there will be an agentic AI. Okay, these both are related terms, but they are both are different in many manners. Okay, so thereafter autonomous AI system. So while AI agent is implemented or agentic AI is implemented, there's the autonomous AI system. Okay, and once you build it, then after they can take care of themselves. Okay, with the help of reinforcement learning, with the help of multiple other technologies out there. Okay, so this is the next big things. Okay, that is coming up. That's from this angle we can see that. Then after GenAI. Okay, so GenAI is still not there, so it will be appear soon. Okay, then after AI with IoTs. Okay, so AI that is very much in a programmable language right now. Okay, or programmable knowledge right now. Right now to convey these things into robots or in IoT or in any of the hardware. Okay, that will be the next big things over there. Okay, and thereafter cognitive computing is next big things. Okay, if we are talking about supercomputers or anything like that. Okay, so that will be definitely gonna big things for in 2026 actually.
So, sir, my last question means it's not a question, but it's very important point that what would you give to say to aspiring AI profession from small town of across India?
I don't think so. Like AI have democratized, knowledge and right now internet and AI both. Okay, I cannot credit only AI, but yeah, internet and AI have democratized these job roles in any of the area, just especially for remote jobs and all these other parts. There is no tier within a city gaps. Okay, so right now, if you want to consume any of the knowledge, you can go through internet and then after you can consume it. Right. So in India, by government blessing or whoever is responsible, everyone have internet right now, right? So the current data, I was just studying it yesterday, that 95 crore people have internet access right now, right? So you can be anywhere, like tier 3, tier 1, tier 2. You have enough knowledge. Okay, enough. If you're willing to get a knowledge, you can grab it anywhere. Okay, and this kind of facility was not there before 10 to 15 years ago, right? So you need to reach out to certain place in order to gain some knowledge, in order to gain some know something over there, right? So to consume this particular part, now the barriers are not there. You can be in any of the cities, and then after you can build enough one. But yeah, you don't have to dream about the big cities or something like that. You can still stay in a tier 3 cities. Okay, you can enjoy your surrounding, and then after all can build your career. All you need that you need to have an idea about state of art technology. You need to have some hands-on for the same. Okay, just have curious enough to know what is the next big things or what is in right now, what is upcoming. Then after be consistent. Okay, just try to spend some hours. So for an example, 2 hours in a day or hours in a day in order to keep up to date. Okay, and be confidence enough. You have confidence once you have hands-on. Okay, so these both are end-to-end tools. Okay, so try to explore by yourself. As I said, like keep your data science vision open each and every time. So okay, so if I'm roaming around, okay, I always find out a problem statements. Okay, so for an example, if this traditional system is there, okay, how I can compare it with the data science systems, how I can make it more beautiful, how I can make it more efficient. Okay, so this is what you need to keep your goal inside. Okay, and then after work on it, and this is how you will enhance yourself into data science career. Okay, it does not make a difference, as we discussed, like globally people approach Indians, right, for remote jobs, right? So they will not look us as a tier 3 city or countries or something like that, right? They find out that he's a data scientist, she's a data scientist, and they are enough capable in order to perform this task. Okay, and I think that's what the mentality many of the people have right now. Communication might be, yeah, many of the people. Okay, if I'm talking about confidence or communication in tier 3 cities. Okay, major time I face it. Okay, that they have lack of these both things, but yeah, that can be overcome by the time. Okay, and then that's not something that you can do or something like that. You can practice it and you can come up with the same. So if you are from tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, I don't think so there is a huge gap in terms of any of these particular skill sets or talent. So the word is talent, right? So you are talented enough, doesn't make a difference. You are from tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Okay, that's fine. If you look at the any of the metro city, okay, they are filled with the tier 3 people itself. Okay, so in a service area, if we go for, okay, we will find major people are coming from tier 3 colleges, tier 3 cities. Okay, so I think tier levels will get eliminated very soon. Okay, and that should need to be there, right? So you want to breathe in some good air. Okay? Yeah, you can be in Himachal, you can be in any of the area, Kashmir, and then after you can work over there. I think that's a dream of your life, right? And you are fulfilling the same with the help of technologies, okay? And that should be the end goal of technology also, okay? It doesn't mean to be, disturb the environment or something like that. That need to be helpful and that need to be ease your life also, right? So, and I think this is what we are doing right now, okay? And we have to approach, we have to enrich this kind of culture. So economy need to be grow in everywhere, right? So price should not be raised without a reason in any of the tier 1 cities, okay, where you can do the similar kind of stuff, okay, at your hometown in a tier 3 cities, okay, where you have enough space, okay, right, or rather than living in a tiny environment. So yeah, I think tier 3, tier 1, all I can look at the same place. I think now the college tiers are not that much matter for me, at least, okay. So definitely, if you have passed out through IIT, IIM, definitely, I respect that. And to get the entry in a job, that may help you out after 2 year or two. The all engineers are same for me.
So, thank you so much, Pujan sir, for taking the time to join us today. Your journey, insights, and experiences have truly been inspiring. I am sure our listeners, especially students and early professionals, have learned a lot from your words. We really appreciate your contribution to the tech community and for sharing your knowledge so genuine with us. It's an absolute honor to have you on my show. Thank you so much, Pujan sir, once again for joining for the podcast.
Thank you, Chaitanya. Thank you for having me on this podcast. Okay, I'm truly obliged, and then after I'm truly, pleasure is all mine. Okay, I experience this is a new experience for me too, and I truly thoroughly I have enjoyed the same. Okay, so thank you so much for having me on the show. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you for listening to me throughout a very, very patience and eagerly. Like you are consuming so much right now. I can see that. Okay, and whatever you are doing for a community, that's immense work that you're doing for a community. I truly appreciate the same. Yeah, thank you so much for this particular opportunity.
Yeah, it's morely about more than the podcast. It's a master class like GenAI LLM and for GenAI LLM, I can say more than the podcast.
Thank you so much for this appreciation. Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to provide as much as I can. Okay, to contribute as much as I can. Okay, because I have also consumed all these things. Okay, from community itself. Okay, so now it's time for me to provide it back to the community. Okay, and try to help them out. And yeah, the platform that you have created that help us shows a path. Okay, to give it back to the community. Okay, and that the pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much for this time.
I hope you like this podcast. Please let me know in the comment which guests you would like to see on the podcast and any specific topics you would like us to discuss with them. I will try to bring those guests and ask your questions so you will get more helpful information. Before you go, share this episode with someone. It might really help because one conversation can change person's life and give them idea and new direction. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. See you in next video.